Okay? If you were born on the land, if you were born inside one of the states and you were not born in the District of Columbia, how did you become a U.S.?
I know what you're thinking. They can't be doing what they're doing, but they are.
These people are attending a sovereign citizen class.
I am not making this shit up!
So grab your aspirin, bingo cards, Kleenexes for wiping tears of laughter from your eyes, whatever you need, sit back and enjoy the show. Let's get started.
In open public that you're a U.S. citizen, raise your hand. All of you have. And guess what, folks? You only have to do it once and you're it. Okay? Now, how do you become a U.S. citizen?
Well, that's easy. You're either born here and so are an American citizen by default, or you go through the proper immigration processes and are granted citizenship.
This is a question nobody ever asks. Okay? If you were born on the land, if you were born inside one of the states and you were not born in the District of Columbia, how did you become a U.S. citizen?
I would love to hear this.
By declaration.
Absolutely. What are you, insane?
No.
No.
Acquiescence.
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. Would you repeat it?
Acquiescence. You volunteered to become one.
First of all, Professor.
Hello? Hello, anybody home?
How did you become a U.S. citizen?
You gave the correct answer right here.
You were born inside one of the states.
And second of all, you
gotta shut up!
Now, if you were born inside Ohio, what are you?
I'm an American citizen, buddy!
I'm sorry, I thought you wanted the correct answer. Please, continue.
Really, without your unknowledgeable acceptance of that other position. You're what?
Human being.
Misplaced West Virginia.
There's no such thing that's sovereign and a citizen. The term sovereign and citizen is an oxymoron.
You pull it off nicely.
Especially the moron part. I mean, you, sir, exemplify that. You're teaching Sovs school. Alright, let's go back to the video because I had to say that, and that's a phrase I never thought I would have to say. So let's just go back. Let's just go back.
Okay? If you were born in Ohio and you're not under contract with the federal government, you're classified as a free man, inhabitant, national of Ohio.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit. Thank you.
If you look at all the old terms, they always refer to the people as free men inhabitants, or inhabitants, or free men, or free man inhabitants. Citizen shows allegiance to something what? Foreign. Okay, now, I'm going to read you something real quick, and this will define what they've done. Somebody stole my dictionary.
Thank God!
Oh, you look at this.
Damn it!
I was just about ready to blame Kenny.
I like to think about the affidavit. I got to go back and dig it up out of my dictionary now.
Just round and let it bounce around inside the gray matter a little bit. This is Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition.
What's that book about?
Forget about it. This book is not for you.
Unless you're, an actual lawyer, law student, or legal professor, you know everything this guy probably isn't. but he does enjoy pretending to be one, and everyone in this room happily accepts what he says as fact.
In here there's a term called fictio, F-I-C-T-I-O, and it defines to you exactly what they do here and here. Okay? In Roman law, a fiction, an assumption or supposition of the law. That's the first definition. Now, listen to this. Listen very carefully to this.
What the hell for? It'd just be more bullshit.
In the old Roman law, fictio was properly a term of pleading and signified a false averment on the part of the plaintiff, which the defendant was not allowed to traverse, as that the plaintiff was a Roman citizen when in truth he was a foreigner. The object of the fiction was to give the court jurisdiction. I present to you.
So sorry, dozed off. What have I missed?
Who, in fact, is the true fiction?
I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention.
The prosecutor is. The prosecutor is presenting himself as if he was a Roman citizen when in fact he is a foreigner, and what makes him a foreigner is he's pledged his allegiance to a
Huggy Bear from Starsky and Hutch.
He holds the position of esquire. Now, if you look in the precedents of the king's hierarchy, or the hierarchy of the king in his precedent, let me find it here real quick, I don't know where it is. It tells you in there what the positions of all these people are. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It does. The fictio defines the prosecutor as being a citizen, a Roman citizen, when in fact he was a foreigner, and the whole purpose of that was to give the jurisdiction to the court, right? Hasn't changed. Well, Mrs. Jones, are you a U.S.? Please state your name for the record. Mary Ann Jones. Well, Miss Jones, are you a U.S. citizen? Oh, yes, Your Honor, I am. Do you have a Social Security number? Oh, yes, it's 13. Oh, you don't have to stay. See what they get? All of that is trickery. To get us to admit that they have the jurisdiction to hear the issue.
What the fuck are you talking about?
When you're saying that, you're making a declaration.
Right. You're accepting their terms of the contract.
Exactly. Now.
And you can't recant after that and say, well, you said you were a citizen. You have to go by the rules.
You make me sad.
Now, in Mike's case, in this case, wherever that got to.
I got one
Here, right here. In Mike's case, and in every other case that you ever look at, the name of the defendant is always spelled in uppercase letters. Okay, what do we call that? Okay. Those are called Roman, that's the Roman alphabet. There are no lowercase letters in the Roman alphabet. Okay, this is all Roman. Now, if we go and we look at what the statutes say in Pennsylvania, which under the law of comedy applies to every other state, okay, and that's comedy, C-O-M-I-T-Y, not C-O-M-E-D-Y. Under the laws of comity, what's law in Pennsylvania is here, is there, is everywhere else, and the Pennsylvania statute specifically state that all corporations are required to be spelled in Roman letters. Coincidence? Just one of them coinky dinks? No, it's not a coinky dink. Okay, that's there. Now, does that actually, do we know for a fact that that actually applies in this situation? That that's a something that they're doing to get us to agree to something that we don't understand? And can we prove that? And the answer is yes, we can. Because if we go to a real old court case called Monroe Cattle Company versus Becker. It's an appeal from the Circuit Court of the United States for the Northeastern District of Texas of December 9, 1892. It was decided on January 3rd, 1893. This was a deal concerning bonds and stuff on school lands and the return of them. But that's not the part that interests us. What our interests us is a statement that's made in the decision of the court by the judge. And in here it says that the defendant was pleaded by the name of A. W. Becker. Initials are no legal part of a name, the authorities holding that the full Christian name is essential. Now, if initials are no legal part of a name, I beg you to dig your driver's license out, okay, and look at the name on your driver's license. Because if you pull your driver's license out and look at it, you'll find that the driver's license today is nothing more than identity theft. Okay? Because the name on your driver's license has initials in it.
And with that comment about why driver's licenses are bad, I'm left with two questions, sir. One, are you sure there's no such thing as a sovereign citizen? Because your ideology sounds an awful lot like sovereign citizen ideology to me. And two, if something bad happens to these people as a result of what you've taught them, are you going to help them? For example, if they get their window broken as a result of something you taught them, or perhaps end up in handcuffs because of something you taught them, are you going to show up and help them out of that trouble? I'm just curious. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for enjoying my work, for viewing, for liking, commenting, subscribing. You guys make this all worth it, and I do appreciate that. Link to the actual video will be available down in the description below. Thank you again for everything, you guys, and I'll see you next week with another video. Stay comfortable. Laters.
Step back. And you're using... Oh! And you're using